Now with Amanda from the Sound Room. Now they're located right over in Frisco, and they really are your audio visual specialty kind of specialists, if you will. But we're talking about something a little bit different today. We're talking about recycling those old TVs.
Exactly. A lot of people will buy a new TV from the Sound Room or from somewhere else and have us come install it, but then they have this old model. Usually they're a little heavy, kind of outdated, and if they don't donate to Goodwill or have someone to give it to, it just goes out on the curb with their trash. What they don't know is that it goes and sits in a landfill. So instead, we're trying to offer to people the opportunity to recycle their TVs and have them processed in a different way to where they're not sitting until they decompose.
Yeah, exactly. And I totally know what you mean with the heavy. I have an old TV that's been in my house forever, and I can't get rid of it because it's the landlord's. But, you know, you just kind of scratch your head and you're like, well, I could just chuck it, but, you know, you don't want to be wasteful at the same time.
Exactly. And some of those old TVs can be up to like 300 pounds. So we have these special straps. It's kind of like a full body strap. It goes over the shoulders and around the back. So our techs can move the TVs without straining their backs, because a lot of people will lift with their back and not with their legs.
Yes, that's the old saying, lift with your knees, not with your back.
Exactly.
Do you guys kind of help people get them out of their cars, lug them into the Sound Room? Is that where you guys come in?
Well, what we can do is we can actually take the old model from the home after the
nice.
install, or if someone just wants us to simply come pick it up and recycle it, we can do that too. And that way we can have our techs with those nifty straps come in, and if they need them, move the TV to the van, and then we'll have a small fee to take it over to waste management.
Awesome, awesome. Now, you guys do something like that similar to batteries? Because I know that is another thing that people kind of hate to throw away, and you think of battery acid leaking into a landfill, and it kind of makes you feel really bad. Do you guys do something like that service?
Yeah, we do. We in the shop collect our batteries from old remotes, from my cordless mouse, and those sorts of things, and we just put them in a bucket. And you can do that at home too. I know some people have a remote for their TV, for their cable box, for the DVD player, and a VCR if it still exists in the home. And all those batteries in each remote will go out at some point, so that's a whole lot of battery consumption, and they usually, again, just go in the trash. So you can just make a box in your home, or sometimes you can just take them to any recycling plant and just show them a photo ID, and they'll recycle them for you.
Nice. See, this is making it sound so seamless over there. And then you talk about kind of all these different remotes that you have, and I'm totally the same way. It's like, well, what is this for the TV, for the DVR player? What about like a universal remote? Is that an option?
Yeah, well, we promote universal remotes for a bunch of reasons. It's a good way to go green because you can use the universal remote to control all the things I talked about before: the TV, the cable box, your audio sound, and your DVD player or your VCR. And if you put all those together, then you're only using batteries in one remote versus 5.
Yeah.
So the universal remotes also come with rechargeable batteries and a docking station most of the time. So it saves the battery consumption on all 5 remotes, but also it recharges, and for me it helps me find it because I always misplace the remote.
Exactly, and you'll have the TV remote, but you're like, oh, the sound remote's over here, and then it seems like it's just an easier thing to be on the same page with all of your electronics.
Exactly, exactly.
Nice. So for people that are kind of interested in getting more information, I know you guys have a really great showroom in Frisco.
Yeah, we're actually located in the Frisco Mall right now with anticipation of moving. So we're at 409 Main Street in the very back of the Frisco Mall. We also have a website, www.soundroomfrisco.com, which is also kind of under construction. People will be seeing some changes here shortly with the layout, with the information and things like that. But that's also a good place to find information on us and get a little bit of contact information as well.
Great. And I think it's great that you guys have a showroom because the people that work over there are very, very well versed in electronics. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not as savvy, not as tech savvy, but it's good to know that there's a place that you can go in, and it's not like you have to wander around searching for help. You guys address people right as they walk in the door and can completely put them in the right direction.
Exactly. We love walk-in traffic. It's the best way for us to, build those relationships with the people in town and with the customers that we keep. So people can check us out online, or they can come to the shop. We're more than happy to sit down and kind of walk you through some things and answer any questions you have, even if you're only just stopping in for some information.
Yeah, that's perfect. So check out the Sound Room in Frisco, and if you do have one of those old TVs or batteries hanging around your place and you're scratching your head as to how you're going to move it, well, luckily, the Sound Room guys, they'll come right over to your place, get it out, recycle it for you so you can kind of sleep a little bit better knowing that you did your part to save the environment just a little bit. Well, Amanda, thanks so much for coming in, and definitely check out the Sound Room if you are over in Frisco. Even if you're not maybe at that point where you're getting new electronics, it's always great to have ideas for the future, and I think it's fun to just just play around with some of the stuff that you guys have in there.
Yeah.
It's going to be time for us to take a quick break here on Summit Sunrise. We lots more, including our Watch and Win, which is a $25 gift certificate to Pug Ryan's. So you want to make sure you stick around.